This video is brought to you by the lovely sponsors below. Thank you so much for your support.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen of Chaldea, but I have an important announcement to make. I'm afraid there has been a murder on the premise. Before you ask, this one was not my fault. Now I know what you're thinking. When the infamous Napoleon of crime appears and announces that, your first thought is, it's a lie. He has to be the one to have done it. Dear masters, what you are experiencing is something called the horn effect. It's a type of cognitive bias that causes one's perception of someone else to be unduly influenced by a single negative trait. With that being the case, I'm a little disappointed. Although I am extremely capable of all manners of crime, to suspect me from the very beginning without any prior evidence is a bit, shall we say, presumptuous. Really, I expected better from the courageous and prestigious Chaldea Security Organization. Was my faith misplaced? Ah, such a tragic betrayal. It brings a tear even to my experienced eyes. Aha! So it was you, then! Quickly! Someone arrest that man!
Wait!
Oh, what is it now, Chloe?
We can't. There's no proof that he actually did this. And moreover, we may need his assistance if this is what I think it is.
Assistance from a crime lord? Why, in heaven's name, would I ever— She speaks the truth. It would be in your best interest, given the current situation. You arrive unannounced just moments after a most terrible murder had been uncovered, and immediately start drawing attention with your flailing and unpleasant yelling. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the other guests hadn't already started to be wary of you. The apprehensiveness is almost tangible, wouldn't you agree? That's preposterous. We never would have. Is that so? Well, who do you think the guests will believe? The two who arrived out of nowhere? Or a well-mannered, well-dressed, and very well-spoken gentleman who has already offered to assist with the investigation, no less?
We'll cooperate.
Oh, Chloe!
With all due respect, Director, until we figure out where we are and what's going on, this is the best option. At the very least, we're not working with someone who is unfamiliar.
It's reassuring to see at least some of the members of Chaldea remain as sharp as expected. You do your organization proud, Doctor. And who knows, we might even have something in common. You could say that these days, I'm a bit of a doctor myself.
What do you...
We all have our roles to play, my dear, and making assumptions about what yours is will just let the truth of the situation slip away from you. Make way, everyone, make way. We're here to examine the body.
Right now? Oh goodness, wait!
Hey, hold on a moment! There you all are. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull here? Are you really believing James Moriarty, of all people? That man may be a famous fictional character, but for him to be here in the flesh, it's bad news, I tell you. Completely bad news.
To be honest, things like this are a common occurrence. At least for everyone in Chaldea. Here's the point where we just get to work and say, welcome, fellow masters, to the murder at the Kogetsukan.
It's common for you not to be teleported somewhere against your will to deal with strange situations. I thought Russia was bad enough. I did not become director to become responsible for anyone else's problems.
Isn't that what a director does, though? And more or less. Sometimes it's teleportation, other times it's dreams, or it's a demon masquerading as a king of magic threatening to burn all of the human order.
Something like that really shouldn't be so commonplace. Now, I'm aware that the magnitude of this situation isn't as devastating as, say, the end of the world. But that means something as simple as a terribly executed murder should be simple for people of your caliber, correct? Of course we can handle it! Chaldea is under my leadership, after all, so no task is too difficult. Besides, you're practically forcing us to assist you under threat of ousting us as the murderers.
Well, given the most recent few months, some time to relax would do a lot of good for everyone. Though, using that time to solve a murder isn't exactly what comes to mind first.
Oh, come now, it's not so bad. Consider it a vacation from most of your normal duties, just a tad more mundane. Rather than fighting monsters, you'll be using your wits to navigate your way around a drama. Mundane, he says. Bah! Just tell us what we need to do so we can get this charade over with and go back home! Patience, Director. Should you exercise it, then perhaps you would actually fit the station you claim to be. Why, you... Of course, I am the most patient director they've ever had. Let's see. For this event, you will need to have cleared the Fuyuki Singularity. Though at this point, I expect most of you to have done this a long time ago. But if you're new to all of this, then focus on completing that first. If you're a member of my staff, you must be diligent, so hurry along! Indeed, the event lasts for 2 weeks, with the main plot of this drama revealing itself day by day over the course of a week. Upon the completion of all 10 main quests, you'll be awarded 10 million QP, along with 4 golden and silver apples. But it doesn't stop there. You will be investigating what exactly transpired, and at the end, have a chance to identify the true culprit. And before you ask, yes, I will be included as a possible choice. But let me assure you, if I was responsible for any of this, do you really think I'd allow myself to be caught? Then again, if I have any advice for young detectives to be, it would be to not be too caught up on what you know of my fellow servants. Let's just say your assumptions may be the end of you.
In addition to this, all masters will be rewarded 10 Sankorts if the true culprit is correctly identified by a majority of players. So, let's work together and get this all figured out, alright?
I still would be reassured if we had an actual detective here with us instead of this criminal. I suppose we can try our hand at summoning him, though, as he will be available on the banner. If we want to secure his services in this place, it will take quite a bit of luck. So I'm leaving that to you, Chloe. Your orders are to solve this mystery, or get Sherlock to solve it for you. Get it done!
Director Goredolf, we don't need to rely on Sherlock for everything. Just think it through patiently, remember? It sounds like they are going to try to trick us using what we know of different servants. That sounds a bit familiar, actually. Maybe it's like the place we put on in Salem? Moriarty mentioned a role to play and not to trust what we see. So it sounds like we should focus on the servants we run into as brand new characters, just wearing the faces we know.
A gold star for the lovely doctor. So, what do you think, Master of Chaldea? Is something like this doable for you? Or is a simple mystery too much? I look forward to whatever you decide. Oh, and as a forewarning, don't get too comfortable by the end of this. There's something even more interesting on its way.